This program is part of the Infinite Potato Alliance. Visit us at infinitepotato.com.
I'm Jared Stern. I think people should listen because we're desperate for attention right now.
I'm also Jared Stern. This is what I like to call an exercise in benign narcissism. And you're...
I'm so happy about all these things we can't talk about.
Between Two Sterns.
You know, this podcast is a podcast of things that cannot be talked about.
I mean, we do our best to work our way around things that we can't talk about. Mm-hmm. See, 2 episodes ago when we thought we could talk about that one particular thing, and then we had to bleep out a whole bunch of it.
Which is kind of hilarious. Not hilarious in the sense that I hope everyone's all right. But once we figured out why there's been a delay in hearing back in the casting, it's just weird, that butterfly effect of life, like things that you don't think could ever possibly intertwine with
right,
each
sure,
other.
yeah.
It's like super intertwined.
You hear about stories in the news and never thought they could possibly affect your life at all.
Correct.
But yet here we are. Yes, so we are recording this episode on March 4th, year of our Lord 2026. We are more than a month since we did our audition that for the thing that we can't say anymore that we did, and we were told to wait. And the window that we were initially given for this thing is rapidly approaching. Rapidly.
But you know what they say, when God opens a window or closes a window, you're probably going to burn to death in that fire. Because if the window's closed, the door is jammed, and it's all over.
The doorknob is hot.
I'm not big on religious parables. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes, but I wouldn't put money on it.
Yeah. So stay tuned, but things are looking like if they do happen, they won't be happening soon. Short
episode right here on Between Two Sterns.
Yeah,
no.
I actually do have some.
You got stuffs?
I got stuff.
I feel like I keep seeing stuffs pop up on your Facebook, and so.
Well, I mean,
I'm glad you have stuffs.
I do have some stuffs. I've had good comedy stuffs.
Yeah.
And luckily, people still agree to pay me to do that. Go to jaredstern.com for all of the upcoming dates.
What's going on in the funnies world?
Not.
Well, you're doing comedy, so what do you have? What's going on?
Oh well, that's not the notes that I brought. I do have a whole swath of upcoming fun shows that if you go to jaredstern.com right now, you can check it. Well, after you're done listening to the podcast, but maybe
leave this podcast.
Maybe you're on jaredstern.com right now to listen to the podcast.
Maybe.
I don't know how you listen to it.
It's 1997.
Maybe.
You can't run 2 things on a computer at the same time.
It's possible.
So you're going to close this out, go to jaredstern.com, probably invest in, I don't know, Apple at that point in time. And
Yeah, and all will be right with the world. Comedy's going well. It's nice to see that I'm still good at it.
Well, you are. How do I put this?
I just celebrated. I didn't celebrate it, but time passed, and I have been doing stand-up comedy for 24 years. Wait, 24. Yeah.
You, I have to imagine, are the type of comedian that a lot of clubs enjoy. I think that if I were to use a word that I don't mean in a critical way, I mean in a complimentary way, a very safe comedian.
Oh, thank you.
To run right now, given the dynamic of the world.
Yes, what a time to almost not be alive. Yeah.
Yet again. But yeah, what gigs have you been doing recently?
I had a great show at a brewery about a week ago, which was awesome, and got other gigs from that. Like a couple people came up to me after the show and said, "Hey, I'm booking this event for this thing that I'm doing, and you were great. I want to have you at that thing. And I'm like, all right, great, cool. Here's my card. Let's continue the cycle of stuff. I will say that my March is not full of much because of the thing we were supposed to be doing. I held that area of March open. But March 28th, I'm going to be back up at the Church of Satire.
Love the good old C of S.
Yes, and I'm going to be headlining up there. It's where I recorded my album.
I remember.
So back at that club, and then I'm playing at the Tally Ho Theater in Leesburg on April 2nd, and then I'm out at a brewery in Martinsburg, West Virginia on April 3rd.
Good old MBWV. I don't know.
This
This is all I have. I have nothing else. I've been unemployed for like 4 months. I have nothing.
But with all this free time, what have you been doing with your free time?
I've tried reading again.
Oh, great. How's that going?
1 page at a time. Just one.
That's all you're doing?
Just 1 page at a time. It's tough. I'm not going to lie. It's tough. I need one of those like TikTok, like speed runners or like attention grabbers on the side as I'm reading.
Is this just a case of social media has ruined your attention span, and so now you can't read? Because that's the way it is for me. Like long form reading and long form writing are just things I can't do anymore.
Yeah, I've been reading like physical books, and they got to get some lights in these things.
Yeah,
they are
something that blinks.
They're dark.
Yeah,
unless you're near like a lamp. These things are pretty much unusable. It's like a phone without a battery charge. You can't use it. Stared at this thing for hours the other night. I could barely make out a word.
It's just a giant, thick app is all you got to think of it as.
It's been good for my like physical health because there's been a lot of sitting around. And so like I've been doing a lot of thumb stuff on video games, but a lot of like my arm days are reading because
I got you.
I'm turning pages.
You're doing page curls.
I'm doing page curls. And I'm going slow, right? Like I'm not rushing it. I don't want to straighten myself.
Well, you got to
tearing my rotator.
What you got to do is you got to be reading like a good heavy book like War and Peace, so you can do lifts.
That's what I warm up with. I start with a big heavy book, and then I kind of like baseball bat. You swing with the weights on, and then I go into the casual fun reading.
Oh, good.
But I joking aside, I keep them in short increments. Like I'll read like a chapter. I was never much of a reader, but I think there's something. What's the word I'm looking for? Something. I think reading can be in its own way like performative.
Okay.
So like abstractly, let's think about this. Let's take a variety of different ways in which you interact with media. How you sit and play a video game. How you sit and watch TV versus if you were to sit and read a book.
Right.
Video game, I got one pillow, like video game and TV, very similar for me. I got one pillow underneath my legs. I got 2 pillows propped up on either side.
Wow.
Chloe curls up in my lap so that the controller does it. And like, it's pure comfort. I'm going for pure comfort over anything else. However, when I'm reading...
Do you not want to be comfortable while you're reading?
No, but that's not the point. When I'm reading, I'm comfortable, but I also feel like I'm hyper aware that if somebody were to look at me, I would look like somebody who is reading. My legs are up. I've got the book here. I've got the glasses down. I feel like
Do you not want to look thoughtful? Like, I don't understand.
But that's the point. Is like, I feel like I'm more aware of a thoughtful look while like, I feel like...
Do you want to come off while you're reading, like, not engrossed in what you're reading?
I think that reading in its very nature has like an exhibitionist quality to it, where like if somebody were to...
Where are you reading?
I'm reading in this really nice leather chair that I have in my apartment.
But you're reading at home. You're reading at home.
I'm reading at home.
So who's watching you read?
I don't know. That's the point I'm making.
Are you reading by like a giant picture window? So like
no.
you're like the neighbor in that one Friends episode where you're fat naked guy. You just happen to be fit reading guy.
Let me pull back a little.
Please do that.
Pull back a
yes.
little bit. Let me pull back a little bit. You've done a variety of different types of exercising.
Yes, sure. Yes, I have.
When you're on an elliptical,
your
arms Like, it's just whatever you need to do to make the machine do the thing that you're doing.
Right.
But I feel like when you're running, there's an awareness, like you don't want to...
Of how you look when you're
how
running.
you look when you're running. You don't have that same awareness when you're on an elliptical. It's just about doing the thing. But when running, there's a certain like, all right, you don't want to be slumped over, you want to be shoulders back, up, and running.
Sure.
I think that there's a same parallel between reading and like other things.
You're worried about proper form, is what you're telling me.
Yes, I think that like there's both a proper like way to execute form and a proper like aesthetic form. Like, ooh, that person looks good running versus that person looks like they're going to trip and fall over.
Again, you're not reading in front of an audience.
Right.
Are you reading at a library? In front of people at a library or at a bookstore?
I'm saying my own self has this hyper awareness of how I look in most instances.
Are Jared Stearns that fucking vain?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. There is an inherent vanity within this. And I feel like my awareness, like sometimes I'll be reading and I'll turn the page and I'll be like, that looked good. Like that felt good. Like that turn page was solid. And I'll be like, and I don't remember what the fuck I just read. I need to go back because I felt like the form of reading and like me just looking good reading.
So I feel like that you, and maybe Jared Stearns writ large, who knows?
Sure.
Are just too fucking self-absorbed
totally.
to actually enjoy reading.
Very much so. Very much so.
That's a level.
But I think that
it's a level of neurosis that I really. If you're reading by yourself, who cares?
I think you have a point. I think you also inadvertently snuck something in there.
When I sneak in there.
This is not a House bill that some party is trying to jam something. You snuck in the phrase, enjoy reading. And I think we could both take a pause and say, I don't know any Jared Stern who enjoys reading.
Oh, I'm sure there are a few of us.
I'm not doing this for joy.
Why not?
I'm doing this for torture. Like I'm torturing myself by force, kind of like running. I don't want to run, but I know it's good for me.
But when I used to read, and read for pleasure, like when I used to read Douglas Adams and when I used to read Terry Pratchett, and any number of fun science fiction books that I used to enjoy, and then I found out that if I would fall asleep when I read, mostly because I was reading in bed, and so I would just stop reading.
Well, you're going to have bad form in bed.
Well, obviously,
when you were reading for fun,
what books are you reading then that you're not enjoying the book? Are you interested in the book?
I'm reading different texts, like books my therapist have recommended, certain self-help books. The point I'm making is
how to spend less time on yourself while reading. How about that?
I question, like you were talking about when you were reading for joy, why did you stop?
Because I was getting in my own way by sleeping. Yeah. Like I would fall asleep while I was reading. That's how I stopped reading.
How did you look while you were reading?
I don't know. I don't care.
And that's your problem. You weren't...
I don't care how I look.
You need to be
reading.
present in the reading. And part of being present is not only in the book, but also in the third person camera.
No, you are, you're not
reading.
Reading, you should be immersed in the world of the book, not camera zoom out, watching yourself read.
See, the difference between you and me is I'm using reading to learn, and I'm using reading like Adderall, and you're using it like Trazodone. You're using reading to fall asleep. This thing will really knock me out.
Not using it to fall asleep, it just happened to it had a sedative property.
Yeah. I came in with nothing today. By the way, I don't know how we got onto this thing.
Well, welcome to this podcast.
We always find it. Oh my God, that's funny.
Yeah, I mean, reading for pleasure is something I'd like to be able to do again. But again,
running is something I'd like to be able to do, but my knees won't let me.
No, running is never something I want to do. Speaking of not wanting to actually pick up a book and read it.
Way to find the transition.
I do what I can. So I stepped into a recording booth over the weekend to take a stab at recording the audiobook for 1,700 esoteric syllables about Yo Mama.
Yeah.
It was a rough draft, rough stab, because much like other Jared Stern-like behaviors, I did not prepare in the slightest for this. I brought the book with me, and then just kind of read them. Like I did a couple takes of each haiku and read through the entire book. And I found as I was doing it, found kind of the tone that I wanted towards the end, and then again, because I did not put a lot of forethought into this, I told John after the fact, and he's like, "This sounds great, but I have some ideas that we might want to try too."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, awesome. I'm sorry I forgot to mention it in the first place. Maybe I'm just that much of a self-absorbed schmuck that I wanted this for myself." But that's not true. Every time John is involved in the project, he makes it better. So,
are you re-recording it now with him?
I think we're going to.
You should.
He had a great idea about the tone of it, about how the two of us would go back and forth like it's an insult battle.
Oh yeah, that's great.
In each of the ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that idea, and I hadn't thought of that. And again, that's why it's great to have feedback from other people.
Yeah.
So just stay tuned, because the audiobook for 1700 Esoteric Syllables About Yo Mama will be on its way. Hopefully this year. We'll see if we can get it out to the listeners who are listening, or the readers who are reading soon. But the project is in the works.
You're recording video in the booth?
No, it's a recording booth.
I'm aware of that.
Yeah,
I'm just asking if you're recording video.
it's a microphone.
I understand this.
I mean, I guess we could run a camera, but I don't think that would be. I mean, maybe, I don't know.
You're walking yourself into the trap, and I like the thought process as well. Right? It's something you listen to, you don't watch.
It's an audiobook.
Just waiting for us to recognize that this is a podcast that we're recording video for.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's not something that I
But
want
for
to do.
social media release, you could release snippets of you guys. People love behind the scenes.
I understand that.
People
And
love the outtakes.
And the marketing of the book is something we really need to try and supercharge. Because,
Run a camera.
Okay.
Keep the outtakes.
Okay.
The outtakes will drive traffic for the
Who
for
knows?
the book itself.
All right, maybe it will.
Yeah.
That's true. Lord knows
Is it a tiny booth?
Yeah.
Then I would recommend not all of them, but start at one point of both of you cramming into the booth together with the camera and trying to do it back and forth, and after losing it a couple of times, being like, we should probably do this one at a time. And then,
Well, no, but it'd be good to have us both in there, just to actually
I agree.
like
Banter
work off each other. Exactly. Yeah. So something else that I did recently. Do you and Rachel ever frequent a pop-up bar?
We do not.
Okay, but you know what I'm talking
I'm
about.
familiar with pop-up bars.
Pop-up bars, they're selling the experience. They're normally a theme of some kind. So one of them that's been done well over the years is in DC. There's the Cherry Blossom bar. That same bar was also turned into a Mario bar.
Oh, fun!
Yeah, very cool. And that one is done well. But now a bunch of these companies are coming up with these limited time experiences, selling the scarcity of it and selling the experience, and maybe not putting the most effort into the follow through of it. And I will give an example. So my good friend Allison, not the other Allison who also is a listener of the podcast, but
Not my other good friend Allison, but the
other good friend Allison. Anyway, she got tickets to something called Back to the Video Store, which was kind of
Blockbuster.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
So
I saw this online.
It's very possible. So it was basically designed to feed off the nostalgia of Gen Xers.
Sure.
And they had this room that was done up like a Blockbuster video, but not like an actual Blockbuster video. They had shelves and they had the VHS boxes on them and stuff like that. They had themed drinks and, other accoutrements that made it look like it was going on back then. Now, I think if there's one thing I cannot stand, it's lazy nostalgia. And I don't think the people who were putting this on really I don't think anyone on their staff was alive then. I think these were young people who were tasked with recreating this experience.
Right.
So their idea of the 80s and 90s was to hang, those really, there's the good metal slinkies, and then there's the cheap ass plastic ones that are in neon colors.
Yep.
Those were hanging from the ceiling. There's a lot of neon. They had a lot of posters. They had a step and repeat of Clueless. Do you know what a step and repeat is?
No.
It's like when you go to like a red carpet or something like that. It's the thing. It's like the backdrop which people walk in front of. They take the pictures and then move on.
Oh, okay.
So it was a step and repeat of a giant Clueless poster. They had that there. They had some cardboard cutouts of like Han Solo and Chewbacca and Freddy and Jason. They also had a big stand-up of Han Solo and Carbonite. They had a lot of different 80s references, and again, they had all the different VHS boxes and stuff like that. So the successful bars, the successful pop-up bars, are inside actual bars most of the time.
Was this not an actual bar?
No, this was inside. I don't know if you're familiar with. Remember?
It was in a Spirit Halloween.
Kind of, almost. So there's a building in DC called, it used to be the Living Social building. Do you remember Living Social?
Vaguely.
Groupon and Living Social and those things.
Yes.
Yeah, Groupon bought Living Social, but they had to use it by the end of the year. That's a joke that no one's going to get because it's a great joke. It was great at the time, but anyway. Anyway, so the Living Social building, back in the heyday of Living Social, they had their own building that they used for pop-up restaurants and just other experiences that they were selling to people through their website. Andrea and I did a pop-up for one of the Top Chef contestants.
Oh, okay.
Mike Isabella. He rose to fame through Top Chef. He burned hot and then got Me Too'd. Anyway, he opened a restaurant called Bandolero. It was a Mexican restaurant.
Okay.
And for Valentine's Day back in like 2010 or 2011, they had this big pop-up of that restaurant. And it was like 5 courses, each paired with a tequila drink.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then after the 5th course, they gave out comment cards. Now, I don't know what they wanted us to say, but after 5 full tequila drinks, my comment was, I love you guys.
Yeah.
This is fantastic. It was the most drunk I have ever been.
And it's a tequila drunk, which is its own special type of
special kind of drunk. Anyway, but that was a fun experience. That was a good time. That was well executed. So this was inside the Living Social building, and it was basically just in a room that they decorated.
Yeah.
And so the person behind the bar making these drinks, all of the drinks were pre-mixed in like plastic jugs, and then the bartender was just there to shake them in it with ice and pour them in.
Yeah,
basically
I've been there.
Migraines in a glass for each and every one of them. Now, here's one thing. They had a popcorn machine, no popcorn in it. They had a Street Fighter II cabinet that was not set up for free play. You had to put quarters into it. I don't know when the last time I carried a quarter. They did have a Mortal Kombat cabinet that you could play for free, but one of the joysticks was missing the red knob on top.
When Jared says cabinet, he means a
stand-up video game machine.
Arcade
machine. An arcade machine. Yes, they're called cabinets. Sorry. And here's something else. If you are gearing an experience for people of a certain age, Gen X, who want to go back and relive that kind of experience, what's one thing you should probably have ample amounts of?
That's such a vague approach to this.
Yeah. What would you want to have a lot of if you had a bunch of people in their 40s and 50s coming to your event?
Advil.
Well, that's, probably. Seating.
Oh yeah, of course.
There was no place to sit down. This whole thing was
That's my favorite thing about bars is the lack of seating.
Well, I mean, I get it. Sometimes,
you should. That's the worst thing about bars is there's nowhere to sit.
right? Exactly. And they had one like novelty throne for people to take pictures in, and I don't know why. Maybe it was a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air thing. I'm not sure. But the whole thing was just very ill-conceived. Like they had like a little hamburger phone. Remember those little flip hamburger phones? The hamburger phone was glued to a fucking shelf, so you couldn't pick up the hamburger phone. You couldn't pick it up and put it to your ear.
This is
what
awful.
the fuck?
This is awful.
It was awful.
It sounds terrible.
It was the only good thing about it was that we were there. There was a group of us there, and we were just there, basically shat on it for.
Yeah, it's just roasting this thing the whole time.
We whatchamacallit, it was you had like a 90-minute slot, and thankfully we did the early bird. Like we had like a 3:30 in the afternoon slot on this thing. We were there for an hour, which was about half an hour longer than we probably should have been, but we wanted to get our money's worth, and then left and went and had sushi. But anyway,
sounds pretty good to me.
Try and treat your customers and the idea of nostalgia with just have some kind of respect for for the experience that you're trying to elicit. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm looking for. I just want you to put in a little bit of effort. Yeah.
Not
the same
for money.
Not the kind of effort that he puts in reading.
Well, I at least stay true to myself within the course of the reading. This seems like it was trying to combine too many components and force it into a format that didn't make sense. Like
putting it together like a 90s bar, that would have been cool.
You didn't need you could have different video cassettes throughout. Like, make your menus into the video cassette box.
Technically, that's what they did. They put the drink menu on the back of the video box. They had the drinks were named after different movies. Like there was the Happy Gilmore, there was the Men in Black. But again, all these drinks were just pre-mixed, and the ladies behind the bar were just there for show.
How long was the pop-up up for?
It's going on until March 8th. If you would like to waste your money.
What's it called?
It's called Back to the Video Store.
Let's see what people are saying about
it. Let's check it out. Because, again, they are getting people who will go there once, and they're not going to have to worry about, ooh. Oh, please.
On a scale, on a 5-star scale, what do you think it's rated?
I'm going to say 2.
Lower.
1.
1.8.
Okay.
It's a good idea, lazily executed, unenthusiastic staff, mad drinks.
Yep.
There is no food or popcorn.
Nope.
Yeah.
They said that there would be food on the website. Yeah. They had Milk Duds and Twizzlers.
Now, you want to talk about a cool idea. What you want is a fully immersed, like 90s town or like 80s town.
Okay.
So take one of these like towns that are slightly outside of Vegas that they were used for a movie set and just convert this to the hotel, maybe not a town, but like a immersive experience. So take a hotel, theme the entire thing like the 80s and 90s.
Sure.
Put a video store on the ground floor connected to some popular TGI Fridays or some shit like that from the 90s. And then...
Or rebuild the Peach Pit from 90210.
Sure. So now you're at the hotel, but the hotel doesn't get cable. What you do is you go downstairs. You could just go down and get
a movie.
A movie, bring it back to your room. It's open 24/7. But the best part is that in both the room and the movie place down there, it's one of those automatic rewind machines. The old Be Kind Rewind thing.
The only problem with that, though, is finding functional VHS cassettes and VCRs.
Yeah.
When was the last? I mean, I know that retro tech is making a comeback.
It's going to be like a whole preloaded VCR where it's like
So it's Netflix.
You get like a placebo cassette from down there that you just put in.
I'm sorry, a what?
Like a fake cassette. Like
Okay.
it doesn't really. It's blank.
Oh, okay.
Just to simulate the action of doing it, but within it,
But,
yeah.
but it's got a solid state drive
exactly.
inside.
Yeah, and it's like the old the reduce of like the NES
Sure.
or like Sony where it's got like 400 games on it. It just has every movie from that era on it.
Like every game is on the one cartridge. Yeah.
The crazy thing about it is I was watching a video about video games actually, and
Okay.
what it was talking about was why do video games that were made back then look so terrible now? Like, why is it that the quality of the video game looks so terrible on a modern TV?
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same reason for the VHS, and it's because the way the old TVs were made and how the pixels and the light showed up on the TV, like those 8-bit, 16-bit, 24-bit games that we saw looked magnificent on old school TVs.
Sure.
But look terrible now because each individual like bulb dot was doing the job that it was designed to do for the game. But when you convert that into like these high definition TVs, it just craps out.
A lot of these new video games, though, are just adopting that look and feel anyway.
Correct.
They are re-releasing and remaking like the side scrollers like Golden Axe and stuff like that, but they're just making it modern versions of it because we're the ones
The nostalgia machine.
who have all of this disposable income
Nostalgia machine.
and the candy-coated memories
That's correct.
of these games. They're re-releasing on Switch the old X-Men side scroller from
Yeah, they're doing that for
from
us.
the arcade.
Yeah, they're doing that on a couple of platforms. It's crazy. It's a nostalgia machine, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Bring it. One of the things that my brother and I like to do whenever we get together is he still has our old N64.
Nice.
And we plug it into the little converter, and it doesn't look great, but it still functions, and it's kind of cool. I wish I could get like an old school TV to play it on, and like just create that kind of like 90s living room.
I've still got. Let's see. I've got my PS2. That still works.
Wow. Okay.
I've got my Sega Dreamcast.
Okay.
That still works. I've got, well, of course, the pièce de résistance.
Oh yeah.
I've got the Apple IIc.
Yeah, you do.
And I haven't booted it up in a little bit, but I know that works.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, when I want to absorb some monochromatic radiation from 1983, just mainline it into my eyeballs. I'll blow the dust off that thing and boot it up and
Just running on blue light and asbestos.
pretty much. I mean, and I still got the discs. The discs, they somehow made it from high school to college and to today, and they have not been ruined. They still work. They haven't been overheated or
That's
anything
great.
like that.
We should boot it up sometime.
Yeah.
On the podcast and just see what happens. We'll do one at yours.
There will be a lot of beeping, a lot of really bad sound effects because, and man, is that even 8-bit? I don't even think
I
it
don't
was.
know. But I'd be curious to see
Yeah,
what it
I'll
sounds
be happy to boot it up sometime. But yeah,
like. So what else do you got?
that's it. That's all.
That's all you got?
I had the thing about the pop-up bar.
Let me take a look. Let me just
You can see it's got the hamburger.
trust me, I know how to
hang on.
I know how to read things. So,
But you look really great right now.
I
I mean,
know, this is
look
what
at
I'm-
this. You got the head. You got the
this is
head
what
tilt.
I'm saying.
You got a slight
I got a
tilt.
slight tilt. Now, if I'm looking at the camera, I gotta normally it'd be here, but you want to cheat it up just a little bit.
Now you do understand. Most people are listening to this.
Yeah, and they can hear how good I look reading.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for sticking your ears between two sterns.
Please leave us a 5-star review, even if it's a sarcastic one.
Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Have an idea for the show? Or are you also Jared Stern?
Shoot us an email. You can find links to everything at jaredstern.com.